Well, hello, Kinderguppies. Here we are again. Mr. McComb has got another read aloud for you. This one is a non-fiction book about all sorts of nocturnal animals. Are you guys ready? Here we go. As you look at this page, you can see the outlines of animals. Can you recognize any of these animals? All you can see is their shapes. In the forest, can you see the deer? In the morning and the evening, deer leave their daytime hiding places in the forest to graze or look for food. On the tree stump, right there in the middle of the page, is a little mouse. That mouse is called a dormouse. And dormice have big eyes and excellent hearing. They are very good at climbing trees. They have to climb trees to hide from animals like owls and martins who want to eat them. They also have those big eyes and big ears to help them hear and see in the dark night. At the forest's edge, all night long, predators hunt for small rodents and insects. When we look at this picture, you can see a little brown cat right there near the bottom left corner. This is a bobcat. They have little tufts on their ears. They are very good at listening. And hanging from one of the tree branches is a bat. You can hear their squeaks in the middle of the night. This is called echolocation. In the water, there are eels. They are long, snake-like fish. They dig into mud during the day and search for small crustaceans and fish and little bugs to eat at night. These eels can live up to 80 years. In the evening, you can hear the frogs ribbit and the insects buzz as they fly along the river. And deep in the water, down in the bottom corner by the eel, you can see a crayfish. These crayfish set out in search of snails and other insects to eat in the evening as soon as the sun goes down. In fields and orchards, the great horned owl eats almost any rodent it can find, as well as scorpions, frogs, and even other birds. In the morning, it settles down for the day high in any tree wherever it decides to stop hunting. And right above the moth, back in the field just by the hills, is a hare. Hares have longer legs and ears than rabbits. They can also run about 70 kilometers an hour. They are normally very shy, and during the day they hide in grass. They are always alert and on the lookout for animals that might want to eat them. On a country road. On the side of the road you can see the black animal with the white stripes on his head. This is a badger. Badgers live in burrows underground. During the day they will sleep and stay safe and cool, and at night they will come out to hunt. On the road you will see a rabbit. A rabbit uses its long ears to hear the slightest noise, and their powerful legs let them run and jump away quickly from anything trying to eat them. Rabbits also have incredibly powerful vision. When they're asleep during the day, some rabbits even have their eyes open so the slightest movement will wake them up. And right by the rabbit, right in the grass by the road, you see a little green frog. A frog needs to live near water, and even at night they will use their sense of smell to find the pond or the stream they're trying to get to. On the farm. Small towns are often close to woods, fields, or forests, which means animals are nearby exploring the edge of the town and looking for food. Near the barn, we see many bats. There are over 40 species of bats in Canada. Almost all of them have big ears because most bats use echolocation to find their way around. In the neighborhood. In cities, moths fly towards streetlights, owls eat rats, and cats hunt in their territories like little lions. Before they settle down to a dinner of canned cat food, they search through the neighborhood for any nighttime animal that they can catch and eat. See how busy your city looks, even in the middle of the night? In the garden, around people's houses, is a safe place for little critters, bugs and animals that are awake and active at night. When we look on the blue leaves of the tree in front of us, can you see the little bug with a light coming out of his abdomen? Do you know what kind of bug that is? That's right. That's a firefly. And as we look at the rest of the picture, we see some of these small animals that are awake at night. The rats, the mice, the cats, the bats, the frogs, and lots of little bugs, beetles and spiders, all creeping and crawling and hunting in the middle of a night. In the mountains. Mountains are the home to many species of animal. We see here in the bottom corner an skinny, orange, rat-like animal called a stoat. Stoats are really powerful predators, even though they're small. They are long and thin enough to follow other animals into their homes, and they are such strong swimmers because they can swim out and catch other animals in the water to eat. And they are good climbers to find birds' nests in trees and steal their eggs. In this picture, we also see animals like brown bears and owls and that big orange cat in the back called a lynx. These animals all have really great eyesight that let them see really well in the dark night. At the beach. Just under the water's surface, the ocean is full of life, from the biggest fish to the smallest bioluminescent plankton that lights up the wave. And if you look carefully at this picture, is a snake-like fish called a conger. It is a fearsome nocturnal predator, even to humans. It hides under rocks and comes out at night to eat. There is a lobster, and they can hide in crevices and caves. They can hide in reefs or in the dirt at the bottom of the water, and they come out at night in search of snails or slugs. In the desert. In this picture, we can see different kinds of scorpions. We can see foxes and new kinds of deer and jackal that we're not familiar with from where we live. There are some animals in the desert, like the rattlesnakes, who've got some special abilities. The rattlesnake has a sort of heat vision, which allows it to sense body heat and strike accurately with its fanged teeth, even in the dark. And if you look carefully, hiding behind some of the green grass on the edge of the picture is a little white animal with big ears. That's called a jerboa. It has really long ears, big legs, and a tail. It looks like a mouse-sized kangaroo. When it is hot outside during the day, it stays hidden, buried in the sand. And at night it comes out to nibble on the grasses and eat the occasional bug. And although it is hunted by snakes and foxes and owls, its huge ears help it hear when predators are coming, and it hops away by the pond. In this picture, we can see animals like the muskrat, or the heron, which is a big bird, or the polecat right down at the bottom, which is sort of related to a skunk. There's bullfrogs, and there's mayflies. These mayflies are almost right in the center of the picture. They're very important little bugs. They come out of their eggs in big numbers right at dawn or dusk. And if you come to a pond with a lot of these mayflies, that lets you know that the pond is safe and clean and healthy. A lot of mayflies only live for one day, and their main job is to have more babies. But they are a very important source of food for other bugs and birds and animals. Now, Kinderguppies, if you were in class with Mr. McComb, we would make a note, we would draw pictures, we would look at videos, and we would study different nocturnal animals and figure out different reasons for them to be awake at night. Some animals are awake at night because it's too hot during the day, so they come out when it's cooler. Other animals come out at night because that is when the bugs that they eat are awake. So if you were a bird that ate mayflies, and the mayflies were only awake at night, would it make sense for you to be awake during the day? If the mayflies weren't out when you were awake, you would go hungry. Other animals are awake at night because they think all of the big, strong predators won't be awake. So they come out at night thinking they will be safe. And still other animals come out because they think the big predators won't be able to see them or hear them as well as they would in the middle of the day. But then there's some predators, like owls and lynx, who've got big eyes and really powerful ears, and their bodies are suited to catch animals even in the middle of the night. So they come out because it's easier for them to hunt without having to worry about other big animals who might want to eat the same food. There are lots of reasons why one animal or another animal might be nocturnal, why they might be awake during the night. Well, here we are again, Kinderguppies, at the end of another non-fiction book. This one was kind of different. We didn't really get to see a lot of the words in this book. Mr. McComb mostly talked about the pictures we saw and about the things that we are learning. I do hope you enjoyed it, though. And here's a challenge. If you learnt something new from this book, if you had a I wonder question, I'd like you to take that question to your grown-up, and together I'd like you to go onto the internet and research some more information about nocturnal animals. I hope you had fun, and I'll talk to you later.